We're live? Dang.
Yeah, babe, I'm sorry. Did
No,
you
no,
just call me?
I did.
Or was it an accident?
What? No, no, no. What's the name of the podcast that you listen to? The two ladies.
Oh, call her dad.
Yes, I just saw the Call Her Daddy.
Well,
That's right. Yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's what I'm doing right now. A podcast with my boy Austin, and
Yeah.
so
I
it's
know who
literally a
that is.
podcast. So
Call her daddy.
Yeah.
yes. So next time we get together, you're gonna be here, okay?
Baby. All right, well, good session. All right, I'm just jumping in the shower.
Okay, you got it. Take care. Bye. Love you.
Love you. Bye.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Man. That's
All
hilarious.
right.
Okay. Is that on silent too? Just by the
Oh,
way?
you know
Is
it.
that-
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to.
Hold on,
Okay,
hold on.
sweet.
Let me take this off. Okay, I'm ready.
Ready? We're good? Okay, Small Axe Talk Season 2, Episode 6, I think this is. I'm here with Lamar. Dang, thanks, man, for doing this.
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah, so
Anytime.
we met at a coffee shop called Lux here in
Yep.
Phoenix, which is badass.
Yep.
I love that place. I know you
Yeah.
like going there
I'm
too.
always there.
Did you just stumble on?
I did in between clients. I'm a personal trainer, so in between
Yeah.
clients, somebody told me to try out Lux, and
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, I have a full bar.
Yeah.
Even I haven't had one drink. I haven't had,
Really?
I have one. No, but I just see everybody drinking. They have a big TV, the
Yeah,
whole thing,
yeah.
and it's nice little study areas. So I'm happy. It's nice.
Do you drink at all, or do you?
I do drink. Yes.
Oh, you do.
Oh
Okay.
yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm going to Vegas tomorrow.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
That's gonna be a
man.
lot of drinking.
Damn, yeah, because they look like they have like some like they get creative with
Yeah.
like, all their stuff,
Everything,
with
all
drinks.
the food and stuff. But it's just not for me. I just like to study there. And
Yeah.
as you know, I moved right next door
Mhm.
to Pavilions on
That's
Central.
awesome, man.
Yeah, so that way, when I go study or go to the coffee shop, I just
Walk right
walk.
down.
Yeah, save some
Yeah.
gas.
So when did you move out to Arizona?
Arizona three and a half years ago. So
Okay.
close in January 2016. So
Okay, and you moved.
literally January 1st, I landed here.
Okay.
So, drove all the way from New York City.
Damn.
Yeah, how many states? 11 states.
Okay.
3 days, but I did it like 8 hours at a time.
Okay, that's
And just
smart.
relax, had steak dinners, and just
Yeah?
that's the way to go.
Yeah.
I called a AAA. I was like, I want to drive 8 hours a time going from New York City to Phoenix, Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona. Actually, I moved
Okay.
right across the street from Fashion Square Mall.
Okay,
So
yeah.
that's fun.
That's
fun.
a good area too.
It's
to,
a
like,
beautiful
to
area.
live
It's just a lot of old people.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just too old, So that's
Yeah.
why I like Central Phoenix, because it has young people,
in. Yeah, more going on.
Yeah, full of life and energy and
Yeah.
spirit. Even though the older people, they hike and all that stuff. It's good. It was good for 3 years, but I was ready to go. I was like,
Yeah.
no more.
Yeah, I
So,
feel like Central's like a great like kind of up and coming spot. It's gonna get more interesting, hopefully, like
Yeah.
over the years.
it's my first time really hanging in Phoenix. I was always in Scottsdale or North Scottsdale because all my clients are like Cave Creek all the way down.
Okay.
So Phoenix, and coming from New York City, is just like you have all these little areas of hot spots of like young people, old people, and everything. So that being said, like this Central Phoenix where I live right now, Lux Coffee, it looks like it's a great area just to like. Go ahead and just look out for adventures and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Just scope it out and stuff. So I'm still at the beginning. Like I said, I
That's
only
dope.
moved literally 3 weeks ago.
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
So
Hell yeah.
yeah, man.
So why did you choose like Scottsdale, Arizona, to move from New York?
Man, it's the mountain views,
Yeah.
the palm trees, the weather, the low humidity. Because on the East Coast, the whole East Coast is all humid.
Nasty.
Atlantic. And I guess California and going up to Washington is humid too. I just don't
Yeah.
know the West Coast like that. But I know Arizona to be really, really good. And it happened about, I think, 13 years ago. My girlfriend at the time, who became my wife, her colleague was out here. So she's like, hey, let's just go to Arizona. Yeah. I was like, okay, where is Arizona? It's just, out of sight, out of mind. So I look at the map.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. I heard it was a little warm. So from
Yeah.
the airplane, you see these mountains. It's like, oh, beautiful.
It is,
Airplane
yeah.
landed. This was late February. New York was like 30 degrees. It was 80
Oof.
here. Those doors open.
Yeah.
That hot air hit. I was like, I am not leaving.
Yeah.
Like, this is paradise on earth. I
Yeah,
really
hell
feel that
yeah.
way. Arizona is paradise.
Damn,
on
don't
earth.
say that too much, man.
Oh,
Everybody's gonna move here.
I know. Yeah,
It is
exactly,
beautiful
exactly.
though, right?
It's not paradise on earth.
Yeah.
Not at all. Nope.
Yeah, but isn't it funny? Like,
Mm-hmm.
because anytime I've moved away, I'm from Arizona originally, but I've moved away here like a few times, and it's like it's so funny how quickly like you take for granted like how awesome it is. I feel like that's everywhere. Like if you live in Hawaii, like after a
Right.
year, you're like, fuck this place. Like
You're right to an extent. I gotta disagree with you a little bit with
Okay.
New York.
Really?
I have no desire to go back there ever. You know,
Really?
and most people that live in New York, they feel the same way. They don't want to raise a family. It's just too congested, too
Crazy.
Too much. You got craziness going on all levels, men, women, and children. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You know, you can look on the subway. It's just crazy. You know,
I don't like that. Yeah.
22 years I was there. 22 years, and I would say the last 7 years I was done. It's just
Really?
people, tourists come and they're looking at the pretty buildings. You like get the
Yeah,
I
you're
can
trying
curse, right? I can curse.
Yeah, oh hell yeah.
Get the fuck out the way. You know, I'm trying to get to work. You know, I'm just like, so it gets old. And then on the subway, certain times, everybody's crowded. You know, it's just like rush hour and people stanking. And if you have a bum, gets on. You can tell when a bum's on a train. I don't know if you guys know this,
smells.
but well, the train's coming into the station. Everybody's packed. Except one car, nothing. Just. And you could tell when the car is entering the station, there's no one in the window. So you're like, oh, you know. Then all of a sudden,
it's
it's a
totally
bum in the far corner of the car. Really, really horrible stench. So, and then it's packed. I always get on the car with the bum because I don't like to be next to people.
Really?
I can take the stench. I don't know what it is. My nose is just... I think, I'm being real, I think it was the cocaine use. We can get into cocaine too. Yes, but it was the cocaine. I think it messed up my nose.
So you can't smell that well anymore? Or like...
At least not smelly stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I can smell food and stuff.
So where are you from originally, and what made you move to New York?
Yeah, I was born in Boston, raised in Connecticut.
Okay.
And that was like for 17 years of my life. And then I went to school in New Hampshire. But like I said, if you take all of that and you factor in New York, that's pretty much where I spent the bulk of my time,
Yeah.
you know, growing up, I guess you could say. So I always say I'm from New York, but I'm from the whole Northeast. I don't want to slap my mom in the face for staying in that cold weather. That's
Really?
Oh my God, it's horrible, man.
Yeah.
Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, it's all just snow. It's just brutal. So that's why you got it made out here.
I know, man.
I don't want anybody to come here either. You know, it's funny. I used to tell my friends, like, oh, you got to come out for a visit. After the first year, I thought about it. I was like, I don't want any of these people to come out because it just doesn't make sense. I mean, I like Arizona the way it is. It's not too crowded. You still have people coming from Michigan, Detroit, New York, LA, you know, but I don't want it to become a city.
Yeah.
You know, and they're already building up. If you notice, you go to Fashion Square Mall, you see it's 4, 5, 6, 7-story buildings, not one level anymore. So it's just a matter of time. I think 10, 15 more years, it's going to be more crowded in the Scottsdale area. So,
well, at least one thing we have going for us in Arizona is like everything's so spread out.
Yes.
And even though like we do have a downtown, it's not like it's not like a normal like downtown where there's like a lot going on, people like living down there.
Right.
I feel like that isn't really like how the vibe is right now. I don't know, like you said, it could change, but I think people move here, like you said, because it's more chill and they don't want that. So hopefully they don't create that environment, because I don't think that's what most people want, like living here.
Yeah, there's one lady I definitely want you to connect with.
Yeah.
I met her at Lux.
Oh, okay.
She's amazing woman, and I totally, just as you're talking about, because she studies communities, pockets of areas for music.
Hell yeah.
And she told me, she says the one problem we have in Arizona, we don't have a collective of music for musicians to be here. It is. So what they do, they come here and they figure out, oh, I can't really do shit here in Arizona. Yeah. So then they'll go to Vegas or California.
Really?
So it's a transient state. Yeah. So they just So I don't know too much about that, but you probably have experience.
Well, living here and growing up here, and I've worked in like restaurants and all sorts of things, and it's like you see that when you say transient city, you see that a lot where people move here from somewhere else and then they go to California or they go somewhere else. But I see that's for sure now that you say that.
So that's what she was saying, and she was talking about all kinds of stuff. Like she just likes to study like the night life. So that's how we like really connected, because she was in New York talking about the Burning Man whole thing. Like that.
She went to Burning Man?
She went to like 7 of them.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she'll be good. I
want to go to Burning Man.
I think I do too.
Yeah.
The main one I think is in Nevada. I'm not sure. Right?
Nevada,
but she says it's about 20 of them subsidiaries, I guess you could say, all over the world. So you don't have to go to the main one, but
that's still like the biggest one though, I think, as far as like and that's still like where they go all out with like all the like giant like art structures that they bring.
It's crazy.
That's the thing. I think I was talking to you about this, like, because I think most people bring like trailers.
Yes.
That'd be the only way to do it, because if you had to be like because it's like 7 days or something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I think it's a
if you're-
full week.
yeah, if you had to be
Just-
like out with everybody all the time, I think that would drive you like insane.
I agree. But that might be you and me.
Yeah.
Other people, they could do it. They could live like bare bones.
Yeah.
Because all you're doing is sharing whatever you have. And,
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
but I mean, it's like going back in the Stone Ages or something.
Yeah,
Like
it's interesting.
Yeah, because we're so spoiled with what we have now.
Yeah.
You want to get a pizza, just go there. But I think in that setting, it's going to be quite different. I'm not sure if I can do it.
Yeah.
Maybe for one day, but But as a musician, I did the festivals, and those
Okay.
were beautiful. The best time of my life, except for the porta potties.
Oof.
Yeah, you can only imagine. I mean, I guess they dumped them, but I could
man.
have sworn they didn't dump them after 3 or 4 days. And
Wow.
and then there's no irrigation, whatever. It's just sitting there, so the
Fuck.
heat.
That's nasty.
It's very nasty.
Well, that's what's going on right now with they're trying to make Woodstock 50 happen, and I guess apparently some like big investors dropped out because it's like the it's like a clusterfuck every time they do it basically. And
Yeah.
like it's like that the porta pot there's not enough porta potties, like people like it just turns out to be like fucking nasty. I don't know.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Woodstock
Yeah.
because Artie Kornfeld is the founder, I think, him and
Okay.
another of Woodstock, and I was in the rock and roll band.
You're drummer, right?
Yeah, drumming. Yeah, I was in the rock and roll band for about 7 years, and the guitar player hired Artie Kornfeld to be like a consultant for
No
us.
way.
So it's kind of like nostalgic to see this guy who created Woodstock that had
Wow.
Santana, I believe, was in it. Jimi Hendrix was definitely
hell
in
yeah.
there with the burning of the guitar. Honestly, they had the worst porta potty system ever, So it's weird that would even come up with these 50 years later. I mean, even though we have better technology, but who gives a fuck?
Yeah,
Like, why
yeah.
would you care? I mean, unless there's something disease-oriented thing going on. But I mean, that would have been back in the 60s as well. So it's
Yeah.
like, I mean, I really think they should do it because that was such a monumental thing. That
Oh,
started
hell yeah.
a lot of the shit we see today,
Yeah,
Coachella?
Coachella.
Coachella.
I
I
think
just heard
that's-
about that,
I think that's pretty well. Stephanie's been. That's pretty well
Yeah.
done, right? Like that.
I've been there 7 times.
Wow.
Each year
I didn't know that. Damn. That's like really well done, though. I think like they have their shit together.
It is. They definitely do, and they're always taking ideas as far as ways to improve. So they are asking people how we can improve in this. I mean, the porta potties, they already have them stationed out as far as like that concept, but it's like a mini city. So you already have a map to know where you need to go shopping, where you can try out the latest in food and drinks or whatever small companies, and then your music festivals and your art and recycling. They're really big on recycling
That's
too.
good, man.
No, Coachella is how many days?
That one's only
2 weekends, right? 2 separate weekends.
weekends. So technically it's 3 days. The 4th day is on the Thursday. That's when they do the pre-party. If you're camping there, you can pre-party with them. Otherwise, it's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
That's crazy.
I mean, they nailed it. Why can't 50th anniversary of Woodstock now? It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. Or put $1 million and get a freaking bathroom system. So
That
if that
works.
is, maybe there's some other stuff that's stopping them. Maybe they're
Yeah.
not going to make money. I don't know. I don't see how you can't make money. It's 50 years.
Yeah.
Every artist will be there, performing. I don't know.
So what type of music did you play?
Well, it was rock and roll, but I started off with jazz. Jazz was great because I've been playing since I was 5 years old, and I'm 45.
Wow.
My dad was a drummer, and he used to. I hated it. Because
Really?
When I was because I went to play with the kids, play in the sand,
Okay.
and he would sit me down. I was like, no. Had soup spoons in the kitchen in Enfield, Connecticut. I was like, oh God, kill me. At 5 years old, I knew I don't want anything to do with it. But
Wow.
it's in the blood. So when I
Yeah.
went to was it elementary school, they had us try all the different instruments, the trumpet, trombone, all that crap. I'm like, that's for the birds. I don't like
Yeah.
that, But I'm rhythmic, So I got the drums and boom. Then all of a sudden, I think around 9 years old,
Yeah.
my mom put me into a fife and drum course. I wouldn't do bad things, like go into like gang related shit.
wow, okay,
And it
yeah.
worked. It worked because I was in the fife and drum corps from, I think it was 9 all the way to 16.
Wow.
And I learned how to play like marching down the street, but I also learned how to play drum set. So
Okay.
my dad taught me at first, and then my dad actually came home with a couple of jazz records.
Oh,
Like
hell yeah.
talking about the actual album. So
Yeah.
what year, I don't know. I have to think about it. But man, it was Gene Krupa and Buddy Rich.
I don't know.
And I was like, okay. Put them on, it hit me instantly. Like,
Really?
da. You know, I was just like, oh yeah, I can do this. But I didn't have a drum set, so I had books, you know. You set up
Okay.
the book high for like a hi-hat, you know, a little,
Fuck.
do little toms, little floor time, little crash cymbals. And I just
Yeah.
played on the books for like a year or two. And I got pretty solid where I was able to imitate what I was
Wow.
hearing, or emulate, whatever the word is. And I was just like, okay. So finally, what happened? Junior high,
Okay.
we were in band.
Yeah.
Okay, and my mom and dad had no idea, but I was in the junior high band. We played on Broadway, and it was tough because I didn't have a drum set. But as you're practicing with the teacher, and Mr. Hooper was an awesome teacher,
Mr. Hooper.
and so my mom and dad saw me play on Broadway, and I tore it up. So then they bought me a drum set, and the rest is
Nice.
history. Because after that, I played a lot of jazz all through high school, and I got all the awards, and it was
Wow.
great. But I was self-taught. This is the world we live in. It's kind of like bullshit. And I'll tell you why I'm not into music today. But I got all the awards. I was just like outstanding musician. Every time we played, every time. I felt bad for the other musicians because I was getting all the awards.
Really?
Yeah, it was always Lamar Myers drums, and then whoever, so-and-so on sax, so-and-so on trumpet. But it was just like, I was like little, you know, I don't like to be the... I like to move as a group, like a team.
Okay.
I'm a team member. I'm not like, oh, look at me.
Stand
but,
out.
But it was. But it's because I was self-taught, Berkeley denied me. You know?
What the fuck?
It was crazy. All because I'm like, wait a minute, but I got outstanding musicianship for 3 years from you guys.
Yeah.
But you're going to, all because I didn't have lessons? I'm like, okay, F you. I think Texas A&M denied me. But
They want people who could read music.
they don't want to
and have, like, a
They just
classic-
want your money, but you know they
Yeah.
want to spit out a image, a product that's
Yeah.
Berkeley.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and I'm just like, and you can hear it too. Everybody that comes from Berkeley, they're chop oriented. Everybody's technical, but the feeling is not there, man. It's
That's
just-
crazy.
and that's a whole nother ballgame. We probably need a whole nother 2 hours just to
Yeah.
talk about the feel of music, because I definitely got it. I think it's just in the blood. It just comes out,
Oh,
you
for
know.
sure.
So, where was I going?
So I mean, when you went to New York, did you play when you were there?
Oh yeah. So basically, after high school, I went to University of New Hampshire for music,
Okay.
and I realized there that so many stories. The main jazz guy, I guess you have to pay your dues. So as a freshman, okay, I didn't get in the top jazz band, and I couldn't read music like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I could read fife and drum corps music. I
Okay.
just couldn't read drum set, which is interesting. So they said, okay, they gave me lessons and stuff. But I joined a band, that like a little local band.
Okay.
And we were killing it.
Oh,
We had
wow.
CDs. So I'm thinking to myself, I'm playing every weekend with this band, and I'm only playing 3 or 4 times a semester with it didn't make sense with the school band.
Yeah.
But what really happened is a lady named Elise Grosky, we're friends to this day. She saw me play at one her choir. It was like a choir thing, and she said, "Hey, would you like to play with me in Boston under
wow.
Frank West? I think that's his name. Good dude." And I had to look it up. This is 20 plus years ago.
Yeah.
So I was like, "Heck yeah!" And we played with him. I sat in and she sang, and we played about 4 or 5 shows. And it got back to the director of the UNH, University of New Hampshire. He was so pissed.
Really?
He was so pissed because he was trying to
fuck?
get into, let's say, Sculler's Jazz Club. It's just a club that came to my mind. He was trying to get in there as like him being Mr. Big Fish.
Yeah.
But he's a big fish in a small pond in New Hampshire. But you go to Boston, it's a whole nother story. It's like these guys are really, really good. So I was able to get into a place that he wasn't able to get in as a student. And guess what? I never make the top jazz band. So I told them they can go fuck themselves.
Wow.
They literally pushed me out, you know,
Yeah.
gave me my degree.
That's retarded. That doesn't make any sense
So
for them.
It's okay, but it taught me, you know, character. I got character. And
Yeah.
I got my own strength. You don't have to tell me what to do. You don't have to tell me anything at this point. I'm just like, I already know. Not to say I'm bragging, I'm good, but I know from people's reaction to when I'm on the drums.
Yeah.
I know what.
You're good.
Yeah, I know where I stand. You know, I don't need a teacher or a judge or anybody to tell
Yeah.
me anything at this point. I just know. So that's one thing I learned from that, and I just kept going. So then I moved to New York, and I got into a band that was really good, had industry interest. We actually did a showcase. They don't do this anymore, I don't think, for Sony. So Sony brought us in, and they had a private room, and just the Sony execs or whoever was there, A&R, I forgot. I don't even know if they have A&R anymore. And then we're playing, and I'm just like, oh my God, this is like a dream come true. But I'm gonna get to why I'm not into music. I'll tell you. But I was like, I wasn't even 21 yet. I was like 19.
Wow.
19.
So you're 19 and you're playing in front of
Sony execs.
That's crazy.
I was ready. I was like, I'm on my way.
Damn.
Didn't pan out. They only wanted a singer, and so okay, that was whatever band it was. I can't remember. Then I joined the rock and roll band because they had industry interest, and we were signed to a couple smaller labels. Actually, one wasn't that small. It was called Select Records.
Okay.
We were signed to them. They had a artist. I'm not sure if you guys will remember. Chub Rock. Have you ever heard of him?
Rock.
No?
Fuck, I have no idea.
When you get a chance, look
Chub
him up.
Rock?
He had one famous song, and this guy, this record company had, you know, that was their artist.
Yeah.
So we were under that label. Everything was good. And then it's a name that I'm going to throw out there that is the reason why I'm not in music. And it really shouldn't be because of one person, but it is. Ron Alexenberg, he's... I just fucking hate
Who is this?
Ron Alexenberg. He was the president of Epic Records in the 1970s when Michael Jackson was on there.
Oh, wow.
Even
Holy
Michael
shit.
Jackson did a thank you to him in his autobiography or something
Wow.
like that. Yeah, whatever. For me, I'm just like, because Ron, what was going on is the guitar player was paying him $1,000 a week for 47 weeks, okay, just to consult us. Wow. So what happens when that happens? Basically, he's supposed to get us somewhere, and he dangled certain things. And I just remember the one performance we had. He had 2 of the 3 biggest booking agents in the world, I guess. Okay. William Morris is one of them, if I remember right, and MS something. I don't. And I'm just like, wow, this is it. Like, how can we not? And the band was really solid, good. It's hard to explain. Like, I mean, I know bands out there say that about themselves, but this band was really solid. It was a 3-piece, almost like a Hendrix type of style, but it played Cream, it played Zeppelin, it played all these people. And remember, I'm a jazz drummer, so I don't know any of this stuff, and that's what made it so much better because I never listened to the original of any of these songs. They just played the chords. They said, this is kind of how the beat sounds. Wow. And I put my own little spin on it until it became mine.
Dope.
It is, because when I went back to go hear the original song, what was it? John Bonham. Can't remember the name of that song. I don't remember. Communication Breakdown. It was whatever song it was. It was just like, wow, that's how you play it.
I watched a documentary on Netflix about the drummer from Cream, but that guy was a jazz, I think he's still alive, like a serious
Keith
jazz.
Moon? No,
I can't remember his name. Like this crazy redheaded ginger dude, but he was fucking like. He was like
Ginger Baker. No, that's not. Ginger. No, Ginger Baker would be. I think with the Beatles.
Who is that? That sounds familiar.
Beatles. Yeah.
Was that? I can't remember his name.
Ginger Baker.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I remember right. I mean, once again, it's fuzzy. It's 20 plus years ago, but Cream had Eric Clapton in it.
Did it?
Yeah, Eric Clapton was.
Fuck, man.
His
that was a badass band.
That was great band. I'm trying to think. Led Zeppelin was one of my favorite.
Oh, fuck yeah. Hendrix, obviously.
Hendrix was really, just what I loved about Hendrix is one show he did somewhere in Europe. Yeah. He was playing one song, and then just like that, he just did not want to play the song anymore. Didn't say anything to anybody, just changed chords. And the band was in on it like that because they know. They just know, like, if you're playing whatever chord and then you go over here to this other song, you're not going to sit there and stop. You're just going to go with the flow. And I love it. That's what music's all about to me, you know? It's just like, it's ever changing. It's just, it runs the gamut of emotions. That's what music really is. So when you try to freaking put it together in box and try to sell it and fuck people over. You know, I had to get out. I was just like, I want to kill that guy because he brought those 2 booking agents, and I'm waiting like a little kid by the phone for 2 days. Before cell phones. So guess what?
Yeah.
We had the phone on the freaking wall. So I'm looking at the phone like, it
Waiting
better
for a
ring. It better
voicemail.
ring.
Wow.
Yeah, we're going on tour. This is my big opportunity. This is my
Wow.
big break in music, being a musician, an instrumental musician. So it never happened. And I got word that, you know, he only pretty much used us because he would never give up the $1,000 a month.
Yeah.
So I was just like, so I didn't recover from that.
So you're like, I'm gonna move on and we'll try something else.
I can't remember what I did, but the thrill was gone.
Yeah.
You know, because of one person.
Do you still play?
Now I haven't played in over 3.5 years now. But I did go back into music only for my boy Arjun, who we recorded about 6 albums together.
Wow.
And I retired like 3 times. I was like, I'm done. I
Really?
was so scarred, yeah. So, but for him, I did it. I said, you know what, I'll be your drummer and stuff. And I thought it was just going to be a recording thing, and it turned into a live music thing. But I had fun, you know. So I kind of got my mojo back a little bit on that. But it was just like, you know, I still think about those times. But then you start thinking, you know, well, what is really making it in music?
Yeah.
Is it the accolades of people screaming your name from thousands of people, or is it just you succeeding in your own goal at music? And I said, you know, I already made it. Because what you guys probably don't know, of course not, but like for like 7 years straight, I was like a prominent underground drummer.
Really?
Because the underground scene in New York was so awesome, believe it or not.
Yeah,
like
I'm
you
sure.
have the mainstream and all the bullshit up here,
Yeah.
but the underground was just like trying to think of a movie that would. It's like a whole community underground. Like they're not recognized by mainstream media, so they have
Okay.
like a lot of alternative little publications and stuff.
Okay,
And
yeah.
I was mentioned a lot, you know, this drummer
Wow,
from Jimmy.
fuck.
The name of the band was called Jimmy Beatles Rock Theater. So
Jimmy
Jimi Hendrix
Beatles.
and the Beatles, you know, he just fused the 2 names
That's
together.
kinda sick, actually.
It was a great JBRT. I'd never forget. Those were the best years.
Wow.
Because it was just fun, man. I was very young and just ready, you know.
Have you ever been to a place here in Phoenix called the Womack?
Yes.
I was just talking. I met this young, really interesting kid. Like he's my same age, 28, at Cartel Coffee in Tempe. But he plays. He's a musician, and I think he's like a bassist. But he plays at the Womack like on Fridays or something like that. But I'll have to tell him about you because he'd probably be. He's an interesting dude, and I don't know. I haven't seen his band yet, or I think he plays with somebody maybe different at the Womack. It's more like they're trying to create like whatever a vibe of more like mainstream type stuff. But
Yeah. Because the Walmart usually has these 2 older guys.
Okay.
Whenever I saw them, like Fridays and Saturdays.
he has like long hair, like super
had
long
dreads?
hair, young, not dreads. He's
Oh.
a white kid.
White-
but he has,
oh,
like
really?
Really long hair.
Okay.
You don't see like people with like super long hair anymore. So when I first saw him, I'm like, damn, dude, that's like a dope head of hair. You know what I'm saying? That takes some effort.
It
man.
does. It does.
Some
Kudos to
serious
him.
effort.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, fuck
I mean,
yeah.
I wouldn't know anything about it.
Yeah,
You
that's
know.
crazy.
Yeah. So the Walmart, I mean, honestly, I don't have any desire to play anymore.
No, okay.
Because some people have
That's
asked
fair.
me. I just like one lady definitely. She's awesome. Lisa Hightower. She's a really, really good singer. She was like, Lamar, just please play. And I did agree. But I don't have a drum set anymore. I told you, like, this is how bad it is.
You're
like,
done.
My drum set, I donated to whoever in New York.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna bring that thing here. Heck,
Wow.
No. So I forgot about it. I was like, I don't have a drum set. I mean, I'll have to start over. I hated lugging around the drum set.
Really, yeah.
You know, can you get a roadie, I guess, if you want to pay. But, you know, you don't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't make any money, really.
Yeah.
Nothing. And, one thing I want to tell you is the jazz scene in New York.
Oh, fuck it.
no.
Crazy?
No.
No?
I was born 30 years too late.
Really?
Easily 30 years too late. Man, because the jazz scene is a bunch of guys, not really women. I say maybe I just don't even recall the women playing, maybe singing, but not really jazz. But it's a bunch of older dudes in the 70s, 80s, maybe even 90s. And the way you get into the jazz scene, and then once again, I'm fresh out of college, broke as hell.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? You have to go and sit there, praise them as they're playing, buy them drinks. I'm like, I'm not buying them drinks.
Yeah. Buy
Maybe
them like
buy
$10
myself.
drink.
Yeah. And then what happens if they decide to go on vacation, or if they go on vacation, they decide to call you in for a week,
That's
to
shitty.
fill in. Yeah, I'm like, okay, this is how you break into the music scene here in New York. I'm like, you can keep that shit.
Yeah,
That's the reason why I went to rock and roll. So I wanted to go back a little bit and let you know, because rock and roll. I mean, I just knew rock and roll to be like, honestly, like White Snake and Bon Jovi and shit, like
Hair bands.
hair bands. But the hair bands had
That's the worst, man.
well, I mean, Nirvana killed all that.
Nirvana
With
did.
that,
That was
one
like
song,
grunge.
Teen Spirit, that killed them all. They were gone overnight.
Really?
Yeah, at least the story that I hear.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to think of that time frame.
The
But
90s, Alice in Chains, Nirvana.
Oh, God, yeah, they all came.
There was a lot of good music in the 90s, actually.
Well, I want to say Stone Temple Pilots, but
Stone Temple Pilots,
there's one group that scared me. 9 Inch Nails.
Oh, 9 Inch Nails, fuck yeah.
That's a whole nother story, because when I was in college, 1991 to 95, I went to college. So that's when all that came out.
Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, but this one kid, he saw me play. He was like, and he friended me, but he was so like pierced and everything. But see, this is
like
what
goth?
this is what brings. Sorry, this is what brings people character. Like I don't know what most people would do, but I know what I did. I accepted him like he's accepted me. You know, and he was like, "Lamar, you have to come over and check out 9 Inch Nails." And I was just like, all right. He kept asking me. I said, okay. So I finally go to his dorm room. It's a room like this, but it's just all 9 Inch Nails
posters and shit.
I was scared, man.
Really?
I was like, yeah, because I never saw that before. It was just like death. It's like
there's gonna be like a sacrifice.
What? No, man.
You were the sacrifice.
Yeah, you just never know. And he started playing this music, and I'm looking at him. I'm looking at this. I'm like. But then I started to get into it, and I was just like, you know what? You just have to have an open mind about anything. Yeah, you could like it. I love country now. You know, I love speed metal. I don't even know if they have that anymore. Do you guys know speed metal at all? Oh my God! It's like, it's just like, it's speedy. And I remember I was on the same same stage with the speed metal band. And, you know, I was kicking ass, of course, but this guy got on there, and he had the double bass, and he was like 300 miles per hour. I was impressed. He was impressed with my playing. I was impressed with, and this is what I like, the communication, the camaraderie, you know? It's just like, I'm different than you, and you're different than me, but we still respect each other and love each other's craft. You can't get better than that, man. You know, so
that's dope.
Yeah, 9 Inch Nails. I would never forget. And now that, and even Korn. I saw Korn when they first came out with the backwards K. That's how I knew about them. Yeah. They opened for Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, hell yeah.
And this is Ozzy later on, so he could barely walk. So
that's what I'm trying to be like, man. Ozzy? When he gets older, that's what I want to be like.
Oh, really?
Like just like mumbling and fucking. Like, nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about.
I loved it. When I saw a little of the show, I was like,
oh, hell yeah.
Did they even have subtitles for him? I think they did, right?
I don't know.
They did, right?
It was hilarious.
I thought he was faking it. I mean, was he really that gaunt? Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
And his wife was like still beautiful.
Sharon.
Yeah. Like even in her 60 or whatever age she was. I was like, look at her. You know? So.
Yeah. So who do you like anybody that's more new, like newer type music?
No, you know, it's a lot of repetition going on. I hate it. It's like, you know, when you think of all the songs back in the day, and one song came to my mind, Al Green.
I love Al Green. We got a record player.
You know?
Oh hell yeah, Al Green for sure. We got Al Green.
But just all those songs, Marvin Gaye in that era. They were telling a story from the heart, and it just kind of. Now, I mean, I guess it's a story. Let's be honest. Let's talk about rap.
Hip hop is popular culture, so it's the most popular music.
It is. It's funny to me.
But there's amazing hip hop too.
There is. But what kills me, well, not kills me, it just makes me laugh, is the hip hop culture extending its way to. Let's say older white culture.
Oh, okay. Older white people?
I'll tell you what.
Older white people listening to fucking like.
Well, not really listening to hip hop, but the sayings. Like these two white ladies were in Lux.
Oh my god.
And
that's dope.
Something like that.
Dope.
Like don't go there. I'm laughing. I'm like, it's funny. But one was trying to say 50 Cent. She was trying to sing a 50 Cent song and sing another song.
Oh my god.
And the other lady's like, no, that's not 50 Cent. That's Ja Rule or something like that. And I'm sitting across from them. I'm cracking up because I know it too, obviously. But the fact that they're even talking about it was kind of funny. But they're actually a little bit younger. But I just heard a lot of, especially in Scottsdale, like.
Dude, you see it even with older people and how they'll dress like older women dress like young girls. Like that's how powerful culture is, though. It's like people will, they know what's going, they'll see what's going on popular and they try to emulate that or like copy that.
Well, if you think about it, from my point of view, I mean, everybody wants to look better, younger.
Yeah,
younger is the key
for sure.
Well, that's why the whole everything, everything to make it do anti-wrinkles,
Botox.
Yeah, if you do anti-wrinkles, whatever,
fillers.
I don't care what whatever it takes, so that way you don't look like your age. So also it comes with the clothing, it comes with the attitude. You see a young person, a lot of people don't know Instagram, older people don't, but they know that's what the millennials are. They know, hey, if I want to act a certain way, I have to learn Instagram. So you have people that are in their 40s and 50s learning Instagram for the first time. They're trying to get it. Snapchat, they're giving up on. They're like, I can't. But Instagram is a little bit easier, kind of, but they're so used to Facebook and LinkedIn, So this is just talking to certain people.
What social media platforms are you like involved in?
I still like Facebook.
Yeah.
YouTube, I'm a YouTuber.
Like to watch stuff on YouTube.
But now Netflix, man.
Netflix is fucking
amazing. I've been watching Netflix now for about 6 months. So YouTube, I can actually get rid of YouTube, and I never thought that would happen.
How dare you?
I know. It's just. I mean, everything's so good on Netflix.
I know, man. Dude. But that's what's amazing about living like right now, this point in time. Like, if you just have a device and access to these, like Netflix isn't. I know it's like what, like $8-9 a month or what, $10 a month, but it's like the amount of stuff that you have access to is pretty amazing.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because as YouTube was starting to come around and other live media streaming platforms like Periscope, now you have Facebook Live, you had. All kinds of Instagram Live, you have all this stuff. Yeah. Now, in 2010 and beyond, now it's 2019, it's so much different if you want to start something, because the playing field is leveled. Like if you have a big company, let's say Sony, billions of dollars they could throw behind any artist. Well, guess what? It won't mean shit if you don't have
following.
Yeah, like what's the word? Authenticity. I guess.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
In the platform, like you have to be you. So if you have Instagram stories, like let's say you Instagramming us now, going out to the pool, they fall in love with you in your life, not because of a company pushing some stupid commercial.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, so it has levels. So if you want to start, they say YouTube was famous for getting people like garage bands going, or people that just singing on YouTube. Then all of a sudden they get a contract. It's two beautiful young ladies. They were just doing all kinds of YouTube, sounding really good. They got signed by Beyonce.
Really?
Yeah, shit like that happens. It didn't happen before because you had to do this A&R bullshit. You have to give so many points to the album. And so all of a sudden, Janet Jackson was a good example of that. I mean, she sold millions, right? She only got like 6 cents of an album.
Really?
Can you imagine that shit? What happened to
That's
what happened to the 94 cents of her album?
Yeah.
This is like, really? You mean they gouged her that much? Her out of all people. So imagine what they did to the smaller people. So that's why, that's another little leeway of why I got out of music too. It's just so much. But it's just like, if I had the effort again, or the passion to do it, I would totally set up a room like this with my drums. I would do lessons every day. I would have like a bass player. I would jam. I would jam to all the best shit that I know. All James Brown basically. I'll be hell yeah. I'll be jamming out. And then people
James Brown is fucking amazing.
He's the best for me for drumming. Actually, I grew up on Prince.
Really?
Yeah, Prince was, because I think during the 80s, I was born in 73, so 80s, 10, 11, 12 years old. That's when I started playing the drum set, when my parents got me the drum set, 13, whatever it was. Prince was there with like Raspberry Beret in 1990, but he wasn't like everybody else. Michael Jackson was just a standalone type of artist. Prince had a band, and I'm like, oh, Prince played drums, Prince played guitar.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. Look it up.
Yeah.
Tambourine.
Anybody?
Tambourine. Prince.
A song? Oh, him playing the tambourine?
No.
That's a song.
That's a song.
Oh shit. Okay.
From back in the day. Tambourine is a song that it's just not like any other
Sounds like
song.
a Bob Dylan song or something.
It's something like that. Once you listen to Tambourine, you're gonna be like, "Holy shit!" Like the drumming is kind of different.
Wow.
It's all Prince. That whole
Really?
album's Prince.
Wow,
He did
okay.
all the drumming on the album. I did not know that. I think he did the bass, guitar, and drums. So he's amazing. Like he just overdubbed everything, you know. So
That's fucking sick.
yeah, Prince. Like I said, I have a lot of knowledge with music and just a lot of background
Yeah.
experience, and it sucks because I don't tell people. I forget that I was a musician. I forget like I have between the 3 or 4 bands I was in, 12 to 14 albums. I lost count. I have to ask my boy how many albums do I have. I just don't care anymore. I just really don't care. It's not about bragging rights or anything. I could care less. I really. You know, music today, I just wish it would be more like yesteryear, where it just encompassed like beautifulness, like say Al Green,
Stories,
you know,
or whatever.
yeah. But even when he's talking about his woman, he's talking about something beautiful.
Yeah.
Now it's interesting. I saw the Tupac story. Tupac has a beautiful song about Dear Mama or whatever.
I've heard that song. Yeah.
Yeah, and he did that because he had a backlash back in the '90s about how he treated women or some shit went down.
Yeah.
So, but the music is so nice. He was speaking from the heart. He was like one of the
Storyteller.
yeah, but like the last true artist that I can really think of.
I feel like Kendrick Lamar is fucking.
you know.
I love Kendrick Lamar.
Everybody do it. I just don't see it.
Really?
I don't see it. But the guy,
Damn.
he did that like two Super Bowls. I can't remember. I did the halftime show for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
I was impressed because he was
Really?
by himself, commanding no dancers, nobody on stage. You know, when you see like a 50 Cent concert or Jay-Z, you have like 20 motherfuckers on stage, all
Yeah.
hooping and hollering, trying to
G-Unit.
yeah, right. Exactly, the gorilla. So you have him. He's
fuck.
just like, I hate to say it, but I just think he's like just ugly dude.
Who, Kendrick Lamar?
Yeah, sorry.
What?
I think so.
How dare you, man?
I know.
He's
how
a
dare
beautiful human being.
he probably is inside. But listen, I mean, whatever.
But I can't remember because I have an LP of his. I can't remember. I can't remember if it was that Untitled album but one of his albums he had a lot of like jazz instruments, jazz like tracks, stuff like that. I mean that album.
See,
But
I've
the
never
thing
heard
about
of
him
it.
is I've seen him once live and it was a
Uh-huh.
big venue, and I've heard other people say this about him is he's like, if you're gonna see him live, like he's the type of artist you want to see in like a small intimate venue because he's more he's not like a big loud fucking you know like some big crazy artist where it's like you know how there's just I don't know, some people don't like translate well, not that they're not a good artist, but they don't translate well into like big venues.
That's true. Well, when he did that Super Bowl, like I said, it was just him. He had his, like a hoodie on, Timberland boots and stuff, and just him. And I was impressed because I'm like, it's just him. No one's there to help him.
Yeah.
He just did his thing, and people loved him for it. And I just
Yeah.
don't get it. I don't know the lyrics. I don't know the rest of the album. I know you're a fan. I do apologize. I just
I
don't
care,
know.
man.
I
It's
don't-
everybody's.
Right.
Do you know like other? Have you heard of the Alabama Shakes? Oh fuck, that chick. This chick, Brittany
Oh, it's a
Howard.
woman. What's her name?
Brittany Howard.
Oh, okay.
She is like modern day Janis Joplin. She
Oh, really?
is fucking. You got to check her out. She's like
Okay.
such a powerful singer and artist. They've been around for like a few years, like popular mainstream. There's like some other, but you're right. You gotta like look. You gotta dig deep if you want something that has like any meaning or anything.
Yeah, that's how my boy Arjun. Oh my god. Like,
Otherwise, it's like Migos and fucking who's the one guy? Everybody has face tattoos now. That's like the thing. Lil Pump.
Lil Pump.
Lil Pump. Post Malone. Yeah, Post
Oh,
Malone.
Post Malone. Aha. Janet, my girl.
Yeah. She's like Post Malone.
She mentioned, she was like, oh, I want to have hair like Post Malone. I'm like, who? Like, who the fuck is Post Malone?
Yeah.
Then she showed me a picture. I'm just like, so what is he? A rapper? What is he?
Yes.
Yeah,
He's a rapper.
music artist. I think he like sings in some of his songs, but
He
like
sings, but he's kind of more like in a rapper, like a
he's like a
hip-hop
Drake, like where Drake will like try to rap and sing and like that type of thing.
You heard that?
Like he's
Try
like
you heard that?
he-
Try it.
he's
R.Y..
like yeah, he's like the white version of Drake.
I do like Drake. I think he's a good artist. I really do.
Yeah. Dude, the amount of fucking stuff that he's put out,
Yeah.
I mean, whether you like him or not,
Right.
and the amount of hits that he's had,
Yeah.
it's pretty fucking
I
amazing.
think he's worth 100 million.
Yeah.
So,
Damn, it's more than me.
You know, he did
What's that?
a Spanish song.
See?
Racist? No fucking way. Oh, that's got to be terrible, man.
see, he said terrible. I think it's probably gonna be great because
Really?
well, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, his confidence comes through.
Yeah.
See, that's one thing I noticed about certain people. Like, he's just so confident he's on stage. Same thing with Lil Wayne. You know, I like Lil Wayne a lot. Lil Wayne did a rock and roll song.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember.
Yeah,
I was jamming to that. I loved it. So
Yeah, there's got to be something to that, right? You think like people like not necessarily like fake it till you make it, but like being like if you're actually good and realizing that you're actually good and not letting people like, you know, fucking tell you otherwise or whatever. Like you're just like, this is what it is. Like I know I'm fucking good and like I'm putting it out there. If you like it,
you don't have to
that's
brag
cool.
about it. You know, just let
Kanye West. Kanye West was bragging.
Kanye West. He's good though. He's fucking good.
But he brags about it.
He does brag.
They don't like him.
Jesus.
Exactly. You have to be humble, man. I think you should be, but you know, I might be wrong. You know, you look at certain people out there, they will brag and
Donald Trump.
I was just about to say that too.
I
didn't know we want to go into politics.
He's the fucking mold, man. He's like the if you're gonna like be somebody who like fucking steps over everybody, like that's like the exact dude.
You know what? I'm gonna say it. God bless him, because we or certain people let it happen. Period. Yeah. And you know, he's not the first, he's not the last. Yeah, so we can try to down him. And it's interesting because as a personal trainer, I would say over 50% of my clients are Republicans.
Really? At least here in Arizona.
Yes. Yeah. New York is a whole nother ballgame. They're all Democrats. So me, I listen. I just listen.
Are you into politics?
Do you
vote?
I do vote, yeah. And I tend to just, I vote Democratic because, I just had this notion that Democrats care about people, Republicans don't, period. Donald Trump is not helping that cause at all. But what I do like about him is that he's shaking up the political world upside down because it needed to. Yeah. And everybody, I liked Hillary. It still doesn't explain why she deleted those emails. And then you have my soon-to-be ex-wife. She's a Democrat, but my client Mark, he's a Trump supporter. Really? So you have both of them, and they're both telling me stuff, and I'm listening to both of them, and I will tell them each of them what the other one says, and they go crazy about each other. And I was laughing. And I used to be pro-Democrat, but now I'm just like, well, why did Hillary do that shit? Hillary doesn't represent all the Democrats, don't get me wrong. And Donald Trump definitely doesn't represent all the Republicans, but that's who's representing the Republicans now, right? So, he's been doing this for years. Yeah. He's been an asshole, and that's what he is. He's a fucking bona fide asshole. Yeah.
That's his brand, though.
Yeah, his father was one too. See, some interesting fact about his father. Yeah. His father owned I think 2 blocks, an avenue, Coney Island Avenue, and Avenue X and Y, or something like that. Okay. Because the guitar player in my band, by the way, he was 50 years old when I was in my 20s. Okay. So,
who was?
My guitar player.
Oh, good. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he was older. That's why we kind of followed his lead. Now he's in the 70s. I was in the 40s. So, but his father owned 2 blocks full, like, on Coney Island Avenue. Wow. I can't remember and Fred Trump owned over there all that. Yeah. I don't know if they knew each other. I don't. It doesn't matter. But Fred Trump was an asshole too. Yeah, so sure. It's just like why is people surprised that Donald? I mean, they know him from the Apprentice and just all the other dealings he did, the Art of the Deal, everything. Yeah. This is who he is, and that's one thing I like about him because he did not sway. He did not let politics turn him. He's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna build, I'm gonna do, and everything he said he really wants to do. If he's blocked, or that's not really his problem. Like, it's just he really wants to do right. Is he gonna fuck over some people? But who doesn't fuck over people along the way? That's what I'm saying. So everybody wants to quickly judge, and this is not just me talking. It's not like me listening to my Trump supporting clients because they're my clients. I'm just like, listen, and I'm happy he won and did this. Now, as far as the race relations, race relations have fucking suffered. But is that really his fault? We don't know. Talking about international relationship, did that suffer because of him? Most likely it did. I'm not gonna lie, but then again, it also it's a wake up call for us to be like, wait a minute. Maybe we were becoming weaker in that stance, because we're like, oh, let's align with this. Okay, are you okay over here? Okay, Pakistan, and okay, we'll give you billions of dollars as long as you, and they're like, okay, keep giving us money. We're friends. It was such a one-sided deal. I did not know that until Trump got into office and stopped all that shit. And so is Trump a bad man for doing that? Hell no. We have to make a stand. So that's why I'm on the fence now. I'm not pro-Democrat anymore because I look, listen, and learn from people. Period. And most people should do that. They should learn.
Hell yeah, for sure.
Instead, like my ex-wife, soon-to-be ex-wife, I said, just listen to this little podcast or whatever that Mark sent me. Oh no, I don't have time for that. So this is the fucking problem. You're so stuck in your damn ways over here that you don't want to listen. And he might be stuck, or he might be pissed off that, hey, you want to listen to this, so why should I listen to your Democratic bullshit? So now we have this tension within the country. That's the biggest fucking thing is when you have inner fighting within your own community, your own country. How are we supposed to defend ourselves against the real threat out there?
When everybody's at each other's throat.
Yeah, ISIS, whoever country, any other, North Korea, so that's my own little
Do you think people like things are more like since Trump has been in office? Like, do you think things are more like tense between like people in general? Overall?
Racial relations?
Yeah, just like people overall. Maybe not even a race, just like people overall.
Yeah, I wouldn't say yes because not to blame Trump, but he's brought out something with people. It didn't help that he didn't. What is that? The Charleston, whatever.
Charleston.
I don't know if you.
Charleston shooting.
Yeah, all that stuff, and the way he addressed it and everything. And I don't watch the news. Like I get my news from when I was living with my wife. I would come home. I said, "What happened today?"
Yeah.
So, oh, blah 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 blah. Okay, I got that part. Then I'll go to my client Mark twice a week. I said, "So what did Donald Trump? Oh, these Democrats." So that's how I got my.
It's
news.
toxic, man.
It really is.
People who follow, which is a lot of people, will follow whatever news stream that they listen to, and they'll listen to it a lot.
Yeah.
But and people have to realize though, it's like all like whether you're listening to Fox or like CNN or MSNBC, like they all have an agenda. That's why it's for me. Like I get most of my news from third-party people on YouTube. Yeah. So it's like I don't fucking sit there and watch all this bullshit all day. Yeah. I listen to people who I think have a good, solid opinion and are like sane. I don't watch any mainstream like media at all anymore.
Yeah, because like you said, they have an agenda. Why do that? It's just brainwashing you. It's just we call that word, and North Korea does it really well. When they send all the flyers, propaganda.
Oh, propaganda.
Fuck yeah, man. It's modern day propaganda. Yeah. Germany did it too during World War II. Trying to get people. So, we know the game. We're not stupid. Yeah. The thing about it is that we're not stopping this shit. Yeah. I don't know why.
But that's the thing is like most average people who are just trying to get by and they're more worried about paying their fucking rent and shit. It's like, what the fuck are you going to do? Exactly. It's like you're just trying to like, you can't worry about, the entire, saving the country. You're just trying to save yourself. So it's like.
And healthcare is the number one thing. Because that's the one.
What do you think about Bernie Sanders?
I like him.
Yeah. I love Bernie. I was a big Bernie Sanders supporter this past election.
If you're talking about healthcare for all.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
That benefits me.
Yeah, so, that benefits everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. So why wouldn't I want it? Now the Republicans and everybody's, for some reason, they're just like, that's all of a sudden now they're worried about the deficit. $1, $2, $3 trillion.
That's such bullshit,
I'm just
man.
like, oh, really? Okay. So it's almost like, and this is what I hate about the Republicans. It's like they will see a person dying over here, they won't help him. Yeah. Oh well, good riddance. You should have done better. Yeah. I'm just like, that's horrible. Yeah. Now, they're talking about turning this place into a country, a socialist country. Look what happened to Venezuela. Blah blah blah. I say, look, so what? Yeah. So what? Healthcare for all, if we can, if it's manageable, however that works. They say, it would never work. But I just saw our deficit blown up under freaking
Trump. Everybody.
Under Trump.
Obama.
But under Obama. Not Clinton. You might be right, under Obama.
Started with Bush, I think, more.
Exactly. I was about to say. Bush Senior.
Yeah.
Fucking then W fucked it up big time. Yeah. It's the wars. you know, and overinflating shit. So I don't. Like I said, I don't know too much about it. So you know, I'm not an expert in that field.
I feel like most of it though is just common sense, and then what these people do is they try to fucking confuse you and make things like way more outlandish than it actually is.
And that's a politician.
Yeah, exactly.
That's about Hillary Clinton, and I like Hillary, but I do pick on her because they ask her one simple question, a yes or no question.
Yeah.
Oh, blah blah blah, and all I'm like, first of all, and this should be true of all answers from politicians.
Yeah.
If somebody asks you a fucking question, say yes, and this is what.
Answer it. Yeah.
No, do that, because when you do this cockamamie fucking beating around the bush answer, you forget what the fucking question is, and that's what politicians do the best. They don't want to answer the shit, you know. But they want you to be on their side. They want you to feel warm and fuzzy, so you go vote for them, so they be in office forever, and they get healthcare forever. They get a pension forever.
Yeah,
that system needs to stop. Once you're out of office, you need to get a fucking job like anybody else. You know, some people could work 19 years in the company, and the company could fold and kick them out. They lose their pension.
Done.
They don't have a fucking pension. 19 years you put in the company, and 1 year short you don't get a pension. But if you're a freaking House of Representatives or whatever in Senate, you get shit forever, even if you're not. But that does not make sense to me.
Crazy,
so
man.
get rid of that whole thing. I mean, I hope the next president would do something like that. But everybody, all their friends benefit, because all their friends are senators and Congress people.
Yeah.
So, you know, but that's something I recognize. I'm like, wait a minute, they get free forever until they die? Healthcare? So why would they want healthcare for all? Why? They already
worried
get it.
about it. Yeah, they're not worried about it.
Then when Obamacare came out, it was interesting because the Republican Senate, all they want to know is, when does their health coverage start?
Really?
But they want to fight it for others. But when does their health coverage? I was just like, so these are hypocrites.
Yeah.
So our politicals. That's why I like Trump. What he did. I mean, it's like not a lot of people will say they like Trump.
Yeah.
It's true. But I do like the fact that he turned it upside down. The whole tweeting thing.
Yeah.
I love it.
You think that's really all him? Sometimes I'm like, man, does he have like a team of people? Because there's so much shit.
I think it's him, because
really?
It's coming out like
I've never seen a picture.
It does sound like him.
Yeah, but I've never seen a picture or video of him with a phone in his hand.
That's true.
Ever.
But it's usually when he's at home or doing something.
On the shitter in the morning?
Maybe, because it's 2 o'clock in the morning, right? Yeah. Like, that's what I heard, like 1, 2 in the morning.
But that could all be easily planned. You could have a team of people who'd be like, okay, we're going to strategically, put it out like this. You're right.
But let's look at the character. Let's look at him. I mean, do you think he would do something like that? Because if he's being blocked, he's not supposed to do this. You're not supposed to, he kicked out, the American journalist and kept the Russian journalist you remember that whole thing in the White House? I'm like, wow, that's why people think, are you working for the Russians? It's like, what the fuck? We have a president, first time ever. And, then he does all this other stuff that's against the norm, and the tweeting thing, like, no one monitors that. That's his own personal thing. Which is
amazing.
It kind of is when you think about it. It's like, maybe a president shouldn't be able to do that. Maybe he should be blocked. If he does, he gets impeached immediately. Because he could say some really stuff, like some damaging stuff that can contain some secrets to the military. I don't know. He has that knowledge of, where our secret cells are or people undercover, all this shit that, I think he...
Tweet it.
Forget it. Yeah.
Do you think there's in our government? Because I saw a video, like, how when you get on YouTube, just like random videos like that they suggest will pop up.
Yeah.
And I saw one like a week ago, and it was Putin a few years ago, and he was talking to some like it was like some sort of like show in Russia, and they were asking about the US, and he was saying, I've met many presidents, and he's like, as soon as they're elected, the guys in the black suits come up and they kind of brief but do you believe like there's like some sort of like shadow, like people will say there's like some sort of shadow government, like to where there's like the president isn't the real like fucking he has some sort of like where he's like the representative, but he's not the real like power behind this organization?
That's an awesome question.
Yeah.
With any other president, nice. With any other president, yes.
Yeah.
Trump, can you see anybody telling Trump or being a shadow government under him?
Yeah. No.
That's all him.
Yeah.
That's
Fuck, man. That's almost even scarier.
Yes. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's always been on him. He's the leader of his own fucking beat. You know, he's his own captain. He's everything. So
that's crazy, man.
it's 1 hour.
Yeah. I know you gotta get out of here.
No,
yeah.
I definitely want to do this again and bring my lady. She would love this because that's all she listens to is those two ladies.
I saw them on another podcast like a week ago.
You did?
Call Her Daddy Girls. Yeah, they're fucking wild. All they talk about is like, you know, sex shit and like fucking double gluck, whatever the fuck they call it. Like,
and I'm crying. We was listening to something and she was like, she said something like, you know, if a guy is coming, he pulls out. Oh, no. Oh, they were reading questions. A guy was about to come. He says he's about to come. He pulled out and he pissed all over her for like 30 seconds. And I'm thinking to myself, wait, as a man, no, this is impossible.
That's R. Kelly move.
Yeah. If you piss on somebody, you mean to piss on them. It's not like, oh, I'm supposed, because there's two different, no. And I told my lady, I said, look, I don't know about you, unless I'm wrong. I can't piss when I have a hard on. There's no fucking way. Yeah. It has to go down and that other thing has to open up. I'm sorry. So same thing with that. If you're gonna fucking, you're not, pee is not coming out. So he meant to piss on.
They were talking about this?
Yeah, this was last night.
Wow, that's some wild shit.
It was funny.
Yeah.
So and then she was like, oh, I'm not sure if I should have you listen to this. I'm like, no, you have to understand. And then we'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
I said, most guys should listen to what women have to say.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Then we'll be a better world. Because a lot of guys, and I know most of my friends or acquaintances now, they're just like, oh, man, I fucking slayed this lady. I did this. I'm like, no, you didn't do shit. You didn't do shit, you know? But everybody has an ego. Like, my ego's checked. I don't have a dog in any fight. I'm good. My life is just so good. And,
that's
you know,
dope.
Yeah, it's really good.
I feel like that's one thing I hate about like our culture now is it's like I guess maybe it's always been like this, but it's like for me like who cares if you get a bunch of girls or you have like one girlfriend or like whatever the fuck it is, as long as you're like happy and like shit's like dope for you. Like who fucking like people who are out there trying to like impress other people with like, oh, I fucking, you know, fucked like this many girls. Like who cares? Nobody fucking cares.
No one cares. But it feeds their ego. That's what it comes down. But that ego also can get you in fucking trouble. You know? I used to bounce in New York.
Really?
Yeah, the hookah lounge. Actually, other places too, but the hookah lounge was my favorite. And I would bounce. I was the only bouncer. I saw 250, 300 people a weekend. Yeah. And they got to know me. They called me the nicest bouncer. And then I would have people that get all angry with somebody else. And they still have that anger because they didn't check their ego. And I always tell them the same thing. I said, okay, so you're so upset, but let's say you do something to this person, then what happens next? You know? Oh, well, then what? Yeah. Well, I got my point across. Yeah, but you're going to jail. Then what? And this happened to one of the bouncers when I wasn't working there. He worked underneath me, so I was the main bouncer. Andrew Bynum came from, you know, the basketball player from the Lakers back in whatever. He's fucking 7'3". Okay. He came to the lounge, a little super rinky-dink lounge in the Astoria, Queens. He came in with his black card, one on the table. We were packed. I wasn't there. So he got into a confrontation with the bouncer. The bouncer hit him twice and knocked him down. And this bouncer, I call him my uncle because he's a little older than me and he's brawling. I was like, so he must have been on some shit. So he knocked him out and made him bleed. That guy, goddamn, the bouncer, went to jail for 11 hours. 11 hours. Now I told myself, I'm never going to jail. No, it's not gonna happen, and especially for 11 hours. That would just ruin my whole week, you know. Just being in a jail cell, like, no, fuck that.
It's better than 11 years, though.
Exactly, yeah. Because if he had fell down and bust his head open and died, you're looking at 11 years. Yeah, that's crazy. You know? New York is they're really strict and shit like that. Yeah. So one bullet in the gun is 1 year. Easily. Really? Yeah. If you have you're doing 12 years. Wow. Automatic. It's like, so you better not be carrying because here is much open.
Yeah. People like shooting out in the desert.
Yeah. But you can gun friendly here. New York is not. So
that's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Well,
damn. Well, thank you for doing this. I appreciate you. Definitely have to come back on.
Oh yeah, no, I want
because I want to know more about like what went down in New York and kind of your life.
Yeah, there. I have this is a good first. This might be a 3-part series.
Damn. I want to know more about the personal training side too.
Yeah. I'll tell you that. I have so much. That's why part of the reason why I didn't bring her because I didn't know how deep we're gonna get. Yeah. She does know.
We go deep, man.
Yeah, no, we will, and I'm gonna let her know. I'm going to Vegas with her this weekend, so I'm gonna let her know some other shit. Just so that we're on the same page, her and I. But yeah,
you never get a chance to finish as far as why you don't like today's music. You were.
Oh, today's music?
Yeah. So.
Just the storytelling is not there, and like.
Yeah, I mean, they have passion. It's just the repetition, the beat. You know, it's not live anymore. You know, you have it's on a loop. Everything's a loop now. It's just like, oh my god, it killed it.
Even the chorus. I hear some music today, and they're repeating the chorus so many times. I'm like, I got it.
Yes,
Do you like Dave Matthews Band?
I do.
Dude, Dave Matthews Band is fucking sick, man.
You know what? That was when I was playing. Yeah, Dave Matthews was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
We played. Holy shit, the guy.
What?
He played on our album. The
No way.
sax player. Yeah.
Oh, he died. The sax player that died?
Oh, is it a white guy?
No, a black guy. For Dave Matthews?
Dave Matthews.
Yeah, they had a black saxophonist who was with them for a long, but he died a few years back. Leroy. I'm sorry. Yeah, I think he died. I think he died. Yeah.
Oh really?
Maybe it was the newer one. I don't know.
Oh, what's his name? Fuck.
Their bassist. They have this white skinny.
No, because this white guy plays sax. He also plays flute. He played on our album, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Arjun got him on.
And
I have a picture of us. It's gonna take me some time. I'll have it next time.
That's crazy, man.
It was great.
He played with Dave Matthews Band? Though?
Yeah.
Really?
And I remember seeing the show. He opened up with some shit like that, playing the sax. I'm like, yeah.
Dude, you got to get back into music.
Oof.
Get back into it. Damn.
But I hope I answered your question. It's just a repetition, really, that just kills it for me, just over and over. Like you said, I get it already. You know, when a song starts and you can you haven't heard it before, but you can kind of hum the melody because you know it's repetition.
Yeah.
You could just hear the progression. But what I do like about like jazz and stuff like that, which is missing all over the world, anybody could play it. I can go to Japan and let's say I don't speak, and my first wife was Japanese, so I do speak.
Really?
Well, yeah. That's a whole nother story.
Damn.
But she's so cool. She was her and I. But yeah, culturally it was tough. But let's say you go, I don't know, to Egypt or to Australia. No, they kind of know English, but a place that doesn't really know English, and you can go 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. No one knows what comes next, but the next couple of notes will dictate where the progression of the song will go.
That's
so you go
crazy,
1, 2, 3.
It's like a universal language.
It really is.
That's dope.
And that's what I love about jazz. You don't have to ever speak. You can just start, 1, 2, 3, you know, and then whoever plays. It's just like
you played that type of music, like that hardcore jazz.
Oh man, real
that's
fast.
So awesome.
All kinds of shit. That was my life, man. That was my life. Like I said, I got
amazing.
the Gene Krupa, Buddy Rich albums, and then I got to.
You know who Bill Evans is?
Bill Evans.
That's my dude.
Yeah, see,
Yeah,
I didn't really
my
get
dude.
into him.
Pianist.
Dennis Chambers changed my life. Yeah,
Okay.
funk. That's what
What type of-
that's what I was missing. I never talked about my funk stage,
Ooh.
but that was powerful.
Yeah?
Funk, not like James Brown, kind of, but
Like
really.
Curtis Mayfield?
No.
I love
Curtis,
that dude.
Yeah, Curtis was good too. James Brown to me topped them all. But
Okay.
no, this is funk on another level. I just have to play it for you. Just you know, it's just some really.
That's what that kid. I think he said that band. He has his
At
own
the
like.
Womack?
Yeah, the kid.
Yeah.
The one that he plays with there is not his. I hope I'm not like fucking this up. Is not like his favorite
his
type of
name?
music. Dylan, but he has his own band and he plays like that. Like that's kind of his vibe. Like that. Yeah,
I
man.
wonder if he's gonna be at the wall. Can you
He
find
said
out-
every Friday except for the last Fridays of the month. He's at the Womack.
Oh well, this is the first one.
Yeah.
So he might be there tonight.
Yeah, I think he will be. He should be. I got to go see him. I haven't seen him yet, but I want to go.
Yeah, I think I'll go.
Yeah, man.
I think. Can you text him when we're leaving
Yeah,
to see what
hell
time
yeah.
times
yeah.
he's on?
I think I want to say 7, but yeah, I'll text him. Man.
Really?
Yeah,
That'll be perfect.
Yeah.
So I like early.
You gonna go? You think, man?
I think so. Are you guys gonna go?
Fuck, I might drop in then.
Yeah,
because I
yeah.
want to see him. I've never
Yeah,
seen
you
him
know what?
before.
Then you can meet my lady.
Damn, yeah,
Because
man.
I'll take it. Yeah, because we're supposed to go do something at 5.
Yeah.
And I was gonna take her to a bar, but if he's
Okay.
playing, that'd be
Yeah.
kind of cool. And
Yeah,
it's
I'll
early
text him and
enough.
I'll let you know.
See, because I hate when you get there like 9, 10
Late,
o'clock,
yeah.
everybody fucking showing up and dancing.
Yeah.
And you really, the guys are profiling, looking at all the women, and it's just like, you know, looking at your lady.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bothered with all that bullshit. I'm sorry. So.
I agree with you.
Yeah. So let me
Yeah.
get out of here, man.
Okay,
It
yeah,
was a
thank you, man. I
pleasure.
appreciate
Also,
that. Yeah.
I knew this
Next
was gonna
time.
be good.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you. Yeah, man.
So yeah.
Damn.
we'll